Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about the formula formation of simple compounds. Means suppose for example if we take any compound like hydrogen chloride. It is a simple compound and it can be written in the form of formula and it can be the shorter form. So the formula for hydrogen chloride is HCl, that is H for hydrogen and Cl for chlorine. And Cl chlorine. So how this formula gets made, in this video we will go through the learning of this thing. So for knowing that thing, I told you one thing that you should be knowing about the valency. If you know how to find the valency, then you can make the chemical formula. And for finding valency, you should be knowing KLMN, that is so what? Electronic configuration. So you should be knowing about KLMN if you have seen my previous video, because these are the orbitals, the path on which electrons revolve around the nucleus. So if you know the valency of particular elements, you can easily make the chemical formula. So first of all we will write some of the chemical compounds name and their formula, and then we will go for learning how these formulas are made. So for example, first of all we write hydrogen chloride. Okay, sodium oxide, aluminium oxide, hydrogen sulfide. So here are some simple compounds and we have to make their formulas. First of all, I'll tell you what are the chemical formulas of each of the compound, and then we will go for the formula making. Hydrogen chloride, that is HCl. Sodium oxide, Na2O. Aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S. So in this video we will go through the chemical formula making of these compounds. These are the chemical formulas for these compounds, because when any two elements or more are combined together, that is a compound. And if the element is in pure form, then it is a element. Element is the pure form and combined form is called compound, and compounds are impure. Okay, so we will start from the very first, our example hydrogen chloride. Oh, let me write here the names so I will be remembering. Na2O, then Al2O3, then H2S, and Na2O. Okay. So our first chemical compound is hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen, you write separately hydrogen and chlorine. So the very first thing you should be knowing, that is the valency. What is the valency of hydrogen? That is 1. Either it may be plus or minus, because there is only one electron in the outermost shell of the hydrogen. This is the nucleus and here is only one electron in the outermost shell and there are no protons. So there is no interactivity. Therefore, there is no interactivity between electron and the nucleus. Any interactivity will take place only if there is any proton. But in case of hydrogen, there is no proton. It has only one electron. So the valency of hydrogen is +1. Then chlorine, if we go for KLMN, I told you if there is 8 electrons in the outermost shell, then your the cell will be stable. And we know the capacity of filling electrons here. In K cell, how many can be filled? 2. In L, 18. But before going to 18, we need to fill 18. Suppose, for example, I tell you, I write here 12. These are 12 electrons, and here you have 8 electrons in the shell. What should be, which is more stable? 12 electrons is more stable or 8 electrons? 8 electrons one is more stable. This is the most important thing you have to keep in your mind. The shell having 8 electrons in the outermost shell is stable. If you want to attain more electrons, you can go till 18, but stability will be in 8 electrons only. So first of all we will go for the electronic configuration of KLMN, that is the KLMN of chlorine. We know the atomic number of chlorine is 17. That is, in K shell how many can be filled? 2. In L, 8. We have filled 10 electrons. 8 plus 2, that is 10. And how many we have to fill? 17. So 7 more. 7 will go in M. K, L, M. Outermost shell is having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. And how many electrons does it need to be stable? That is 8. If it give off 7 electrons, then it will be stable, because in L shell there are 8 electrons. Correct? This is K, K only 2, in L 8, and M 7. So what you have to do, you have to make it 8. Either you have to take 1. If we take 1 electron, then see what will happen. It will get stable, and on taking any electron, the charge will be minus, and when we give off electron, I told you the charge will be plus. So what is the valency of chlorine we get? That is -1. Hydrogen valency +1. The valencies get exchanged, means one will come here and this one will go here, but 1 is not a considerable value, so no need to mention it. The formula gets formed, that is HCl, that is hydrogen chloride. Now we will take our another example, that is aluminium oxide Al2O3. So it was easy, I guess, because HCl, hydrogen, has +1 valency and chlorine has -1. Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. Oxide means when any metal reacts with air, that is the oxygen, oxides are formed. So our first element is aluminium and other one oxygen. If you know the valency of aluminium, it's better, but if you don't know, you can find it out very easily. You should be only knowing the atomic number. So atomic number of aluminium is 13 and atomic number of oxygen is 8. So if you know atomic numbers, it's very easy to find the valency, because you can do KLMN. KLMN. How many electrons will go in K? 2. It has the capacity of filling 2. In L, 8. How many we have to fill? 13. Regarding aluminium, we have to fill 13 electrons and 10 are filled. So 3 remaining will go in M. Here are 3 electrons. The better way is to give it off, because if we take 5 more electrons, a lot of energy will be needed. So it's better to give 3 electrons off, and when you will give 3 electrons, the valency will be +3. And if we talk about oxygen, its atomic number is 8. So in K how many? 2. L 6. 6 plus 2, that is 8. So now what you will do? You will give off 6 electrons or you will take 2 electrons. Which would be a better deal? The better work is to take electrons. If you lose 6, there will be a lot of loss of energy. So it's better that we take 2 electrons. When 2 electrons will come here, it will get 8. And L shell will also become stable. So if it is taking 2 electrons, then the valency will be -2, because on taking electrons the charge comes minus and on giving it comes plus. So now you have the valency of aluminium and valency of oxygen. Now easily we can make the formula. The valencies are exchanged. Aluminium, that is Al, oxygen, that is O. 3 will go to O and 2 will come here. Second thing, signs, that is plus or minus, are not necessary to mention in a chemical formula. So Al, 2, O, 3 will come here. The chemical formula so formed is Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. Next our formula is H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide. H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Sulfide means sulfur. Symbol of hydrogen is H, and in our previous chemical compound we found that the valency is +1. Sulfide means sulfur and the symbol is S. Now we have to find, suppose we don't know what is the valency of sulfur. So what you will do? KLMN. But for doing KLMN, that is electronic configuration, you should be knowing the atomic number of sulfur. So what is the atomic number of sulfur? That is 16. In shell K we filled 2. 16 we have to fill. In L how many? 8. 8 plus 2, 10. 6 is still remaining to be filled. So 6 will go in M. So as per in oxygen also the condition was same. There were 6 electrons in the outermost shell. So what we did? We took 2 electrons and on taking the valency would be -2. Valencies will get exchanged, but signs are not necessary to be mentioned. H2S, H2S, that is the chemical formula so formed because one is not necessary to be mentioned. So this was hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Next is Na2O. Na2O, that is sodium oxide. Actually sodium is also a metal. This aluminium, it is a metal, hydrogen, it is a non-metal, and sodium, it is a metal. Na2O, that is sodium oxide. Sodium oxide means oxygen. Symbol of sodium, that is Na, and oxygen O. In our previous chemical formula we found the valency of oxygen, that was -2. And if you remember it, then it's very good. The chemical formulas can be made in seconds. Suppose Na, I know the valency, it's Na +1. And if you don't know, I told you how to find it out. You can easily find it out like using KLMN. The atomic number is 11, 2 in K, 8 in L, and 1 in M. It has 1 electrons. So what would be better? You will give 1 or you will take 7 electrons. It's better to give 1. On giving 1, you will get plus charge, that is +1. So valencies will get exchanged. The chemical formula so formed is Na2O. Na2, then O. This is the chemical formula of sodium oxide. So this was what formula making of the simple compounds from the chapter 3rd, and it is mentioned, some of the compounds are also mentioned in your book on page number 37 in the NCERT book. Some compounds are there given with their along valency. So you have to learn their valencies like carbonate CO3, valency -2, sulfate SO4 -2. So you should be knowing the valencies. OH, hydroxide, valency is -1. So it is given and mentioned on the page number 37. We will have discussion on them too, but it's better to learn them and you should be knowing about that. These are mentioned and you should be knowing, because suppose if we take any example, ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4. Can you make the chemical formula of this? No, because here Fe one element, sulfur, then oxygen. But sulfate is one particular compound and it has valency -2. So you see here FeSO4 +2 and -2. The valency of iron is +2 or +3, that is ferrous or ferric. But here we will take +2 and SO4, that is -2. Valencies will get exchanged. +2 -2 cancelled. So chemical formula FeSO4. So it is mentioned on page number 37, and it's better that you prepare this, because if you don't know the valency, you cannot make the chemical formula of such compounds as mentioned here, which contains sulfate, carbonate or hydroxide, like calcium hydroxide CaOH whole twice.